We'll go on to number 7 in the 8 pieces of brocade exercise now. And this exercise is performed generally and classically from a horse stance position. So you've done some of those movements before from a horse stance. But what I might do just before I go into a horse stance is I'll just show you your sitting position if you prefer to do this sitting. So bear with me 1 second. So if you're sitting, again, you're sitting with the back straight, and what you can do is have the feet either hip width distance apart, but not allowing the knees to fall in. Or you could do what we did the last time for the horse stance position, and you can move the legs apart, but still having the outside of the blade edges of the feet parallel. You can't see that now on the video, I don't think, but I'll show you from the standing position. It's basically the same as standing, but you're giving your body a bit more support by being in this sitting position. And when you're in this position, what you do is you create a nice little stretch down the groins. But again, bear in mind, you're not allowing the knees to fall in like this, because then you won't get this lovely stretch and stimulate the channels of energy flow on the insides of the legs. So moving the knees out. And then you can be in a position just with your hands resting on the thighs. So again, find a position that's comfortable for you, either sitting or standing. So I'm going to come into standing, and then hopefully you can see my feet a little bit better now. So I'm sitting down on the horse. So again, if you were not here last time and you didn't see this last time, just to show you from sideways on. So you're sitting back here. Okay. You're sitting down and you're not going like this. That is incorrect, and you're putting stress on too much of your lower back there. So think of your spine staying upright and sinking. You're thinking of sinking the weight down. So that's how you go down into this position. So you see that my back is still straight. And then I tuck the chin back towards the throat. So I have this lovely extension up the back of the head. So just to look at this from the front now. So get into your horse stance. Blade edges, outside edges of the feet parallel, knees pushed out over the feet, not falling in. And only go as wide as you know is comfortable for you. So if you want to come up a little bit higher and then push the knees out from here, that's fine too. This exercise is number 7 in 8 pieces of brocade, and it's called Open Eyes Wide with Clenched Fists. So it's quite a dynamic exercise. It's a really brilliant stimulating exercise for the liver system in Chinese medicine terms. And in Chinese medicine, the liver is responsible for the smooth flow of energy around the body. It nourishes and has a big role to play in the circulation of blood. It also is connected with the emotions of anger, frustration, and irritability. So if you find you're getting angry or frustrated about anything, then you can use this exercise to help healthily get rid of that and let it go out of your body. It's also a brilliant exercise for the eyes, because the liver has the associated sense organ of the eyes. So this will nourish and benefit the eyes, hence its name, Open Eyes Wide with Clenched Fists. And we do focus the eyes on a specific area when we do this exercise. So you're in your horse stance. Then what I'd like you to do is just make loose fists. And you can see my thumbs are on the outside. So on the outside of the fingers. And from here, what I want you to do is think of broadening in the collarbone. So you're pulling the shoulders back. And as you do that, just let the wrists sit on the hip bones with the fists are facing upwards, palms are upwards. And you see how my elbows are tucked in quite close to my body. That's helping to create this lovely broadness across the chest. So you don't want your elbows to be out here. Pull the elbows back and you'll feel this lovely valley develop in the upper back area, which takes a lot of strain off your lower back. So it's really brilliant for your back as well. So for this exercise, the movement is really simple. What I'd like you to do, first of all, with one hand is extend it out in front of you. So you're keeping the arm in contact with the body, sliding it along the side of the body. The palm and the fist is facing upwards. And then when you reach not the full extent of, you're not leaning forward, you're still staying up straight. The movement's only in the arm. But when you reach the full extent, just before your elbow locks and straightens, which you don't want to do, then turn the fist over, and with the eyes, look at your first two knuckles. So give them a really hard stare, focusing on them, but not frowning, so still smiling. And from here then, as we come back, we're going to draw the shoulder down, the elbow in, and bring the arm back. And as we do, think of a corkscrew. So corkscrewing back, and the fist turns back to this upright position, checking that the elbow's in. Now, from the other side, going forward again. So extending, keeping the shoulders relaxed, turning the fist over, looking at the first two knuckles. And you'll see that the hand is around kind of heart level. So not too far down here, not up here, that's putting too much strain on your shoulders. And then coming back, thinking of drawing the elbow in, dropping the shoulder, corkscrewing back, twisting the arm so that the fist comes back to its home position, sitting on top of the hip. So going forward again. And as I said to you earlier, we're looking for lovely smooth flow. So just have a little go at that a few times to each side to become familiar with this corkscrewing movement, not forgetting to use the focus of your eyes on those two knuckles. The fist is loose, so you're not clenching or creating any huge tension in the hand. So it's almost like a relaxed punch. Now, if you're happy with this movement, we can add in a little bit more from the hips and just mobilize the chi in the hips. So as you go forward now, you can twist the hips and come onto the heel of that, lift the heel of that same leg as the hand that's extending. Keep some tone in the lower abdomen and then come back and replace the foot. So now more going with the whole body, but remember in this lovely sloppy, smooth flowing way. So if that's a bit too much for you, and if you're sitting, you can't do that anyway, so just work with the arms. But if it's too much, just come back to the simple arm movement. And you see, as I'm doing this punching action, each time I come back, I'm checking that I'm sitting down. I'm checking my stance the whole time and coming back to this sitting position of horse stance. Now with the breath, let's bring that in now. So as you breathe in from this position, you then breathe out with the punch. Looking at the knuckles, breathe in, coming back. Breathe out with the punch. Breathe in, coming back. Breathe out. Breathe in. And if you're doing this by also twisting in the hips, you'll feel a lovely stretch down the groin area. And that's where the liver channel actually runs. So it runs from the big toe, up the inside of the leg, through the groins, up to the breasts, into the liver. So breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. So I'm now trying to join the two movements together. So you see how I'm now really forgetting any kind of very structured movement, and I'm just going really flowing now, keeping everything continuously moving. So have a go at that because that feels really nice. This is also a great exercise if you feel cold. I'm actually really warm now just from doing this. And coming back to your starting position. Okay, so now where's the mind in this? Really, the mind is in the knuckles. So as you're punching, you're thinking of the chi coming up from dantian in the lower abdomen. It's coming up the shoulder, it's going down through the arm, it's going down the hand, and as you punch, the chi is ending up here in your knuckles, and you're looking at them with your eyes staring at them. And then as you come back, you're thinking of drawing the chi back up the arm, all the way back down, and into Dantian. So you have this movement of the qi going out and then the qi coming back in. And that simple action really helps to create the conditions whereby the qi can move much more smoothly. So from here now, let's think about where the mind is going. So take a breath into Dantian, maybe close your eyes for a moment. And as you breathe out, think of that pathway up through the center of the chest, to the shoulder, down the arm, as you breathe out, and punch to the front, staring at the knuckles. And then with your mind, draw the qi back in as you breathe in, and you bring the arm back in. So everything's going out at the same time, breathing out, arms going out, qi's going out, and then breathing in, arm coming in, qi coming back into Dantian. And just maybe close your eyes and practice that for a few rounds. Staring at the knuckles each time your fist is extended. Three more. Breathing in and out through the nose and not forgetting to smile. And then bringing the arms up, around, pressing the palms down. And as you do this, stepping together if you're in a standing position. And now just allowing the hands to drop down by your sides. Close the eyes for a moment. Checking your posture, that lovely length in the back of the neck, shoulders are down, smiling and observing any sensations you feel in the body, in the arms, the legs, any part of the body at all. And also observing, how is your breath right now? Faster or slower? Is your whole body hotter or colder? And ask yourself now, when I was practicing that exercise, was I really present in the moment? Was I focusing on what I was doing? Or was I thinking about what I was going to have for dinner tonight? Usually with Qigong, when you're practicing these lovely movements, you're so in it that it does really bring you into the present and just helps you to avoid any of that distraction or mind chatter that often zaps our energy. And now gently opening the eyes.